Megan Thee Stallion just dropped her brand new self-titled album, Megan. The album is 18 songs and 52 minutes, so it's got a pretty decent runtime. And from looking online, there's a lot of positive reception around this project, so I thought I'd give it a go myself. Now, I definitely understand that I'm not the target demographic for this kind of album, but this is the internet, and I want to get my bag too, so just deal with it. So before going into this album, I had actually already heard the songs Hiss and Cobra, which to me actually are probably two of the best songs off of this album. Hiss is pretty well known for being a diss towards Nicki Minaj and their beef, and I think that overall it's just a very strong track. She has a lot of good one-liners. The beat itself goes hard, and I feel the same way about Cobra as well. I actually believe that this is the strongest song on the entire album. The beat is one of the hardest, and I think she flows on it really nicely. But specifically, what's really good about Cobra itself is I think there's a lot of depth, and she really explores some more deep emotions. She goes into some themes about mental health and her journey, and I think it hits really nicely. Because if I'm being honest, I'm actually pretty mixed about this album. One of the things that I think it lacks the most is depth. Just listening through this album, it's pretty horny. And I know that's something that's not new to Megan's sound, but to me, it's kind of overwhelming. I think that that theme can work really well if you're trying to get a hit or a single, but I feel like doing the same thing over and over again for 18 songs starts to get a little old. After a while, it starts to feel like every song has the same theme, the same hook, and it starts to get a little one-dimensional. But regardless of this, there are a lot of tracks on here that have really great beats, or Megan has really great flows. A couple of the highlights for me is track 2, Rattle. I thought the hook on this one was specifically really catchy, and the beat is nice. If there is one really strong point about this album, it's that she can create consistency, because everything on the project does feel very cohesive. The beat selection is very nice. She definitely can rap, because her flows throughout the project are very smooth, and I think her vocal performances are great, but I feel like I just want to hear her experiment a little bit more. For example, she has a song on this project called Worthy, and I actually think it's a pretty nice refresher. It's a very poppy song, and this is actually the only track on the album that she tries singing on a hook herself. And even though it's pretty rough around the edges, I really like that she challenged herself and tried something new. And I think that just having a song like this in there and being so different was really nice to listen to. And so that's something I just wish I got to hear a little bit more of on this project. I also wanted to shout out Otaku Hot Girl. It's a kind of fun song where she's nerding out quite a bit. And I think that it's a song like this that really does show some more flavor to her lyricism. It's pretty clear that she's involved in nerd culture. And I think that in a track like this, it's really cool because you get to hear her personality come through. My problem with a lot of these other down bad songs is I feel like you can't really get her personality out of it. A lot of people are going to be really mad at me for this, but a lot of these other songs that don't show that personality, I feel like if Nicki rapped it, I would do the same thing for me. It's not showing what Megan specifically can bring to the table as an artist. There's also a song on here called Mamushi, which is supposed to be a Japan-inspired track. This one is a little bit tough for me personally because I've been living in Japan for the last year and a half, and I graduated from a Japanese language school, so hearing her do some Japanese in here is commendable, but it's a little cringe. She does have a Japanese artist feature on this track, but I think the vocal mix is pretty bad on it as well. But on the positive side, it is showing personality and a little bit more creative, and I think that that's commendable. I think that the effort of trying something new, even if the quality isn't the best, is something that is worthy of praise. But there are other songs on this album that I think just sound nice overall, like BOA or Accent. So overall, I do feel like Megan does have a lot of talent. It feels like somebody with a lot of potential, but not the confidence to just go out there and try new ideas. To me personally, it just sounds a little bit like Comfort Zone, the album. For something that's her own self-titled album, I feel like I didn't really get to know Megan Thee Stallion as a person. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Maybe I'm completely wrong. This is my first time diving into an album from her, so this is just from my outsider perspective. But listen, most of the people that are recommended these videos aren't actually subscribed, so if you want to hear some of my other takes, go ahead and hit that button. Yeah, peace out.